When we started Wattle Court, I reached out to a couple of people who were very sort of near and dear to me, and one of those, the first people was Mark and Debbie Stoffels. I'd been in business with these guys for nearly 20 years. They were actually consulting for me at the time, and we talked about actually what we were doing with this new brand. And they just jumped at the opportunity to be part of what we were doing and wanted to be our very first franchise based here on the Sunshine Coast. And that meant the world to me because I knew how much they are quality people and they're quality builders, and they meant a lot to me as people. So for the fact of having them as our very first franchisee that we could create the foundations of the business around meant a lot. So yeah, started here on the Sunshine Coast. We then opened our second and third franchises in the Northern Beaches in Sydney and the Southern Highlands. And then we've also recently added an office in the Mid-Coast in New South Wales. We'll be launching in January a new office in Southwest Sydney. But for us, the real sort of expansion plan is to really go over those eastern states of Australia. So Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria is really our focus areas over the next sort of 10, 15 years. They're obviously all big markets, but we have a strong sense of developing into the regional markets as well. For me, obviously being from a regional background myself, but seeing the strength of how these brands can work in regional markets is a big focus for us going forward. Yeah, I think one of the big things for us is that we have very much a franchise first mentality. Now I know a lot of brands will say that that's how they operate, but for us, it's really the franchisees are the brand hero in the way that we present ourselves. So it's not about us coming into your market and presenting ourselves as a brand. It's about us elevating you as a builder in your market, because we know that you've got the local name, you've got the local reputation, and what we want to do is just add on top of that to have something that you're more confident to be able to build a business in as well. So it's not just about us coming in and taking over your business, it's about us working alongside you, not above you. It's really the point of actually helping you do what you do better. I'm never going to be the sort of bloke to tell you how to build a home. That's not what I do. That's what you do as a builder. And so for me, it's about coming alongside you and adding all those other elements as a builder that you need to make this business bigger than what you currently have and more profitable than what you currently have. So you might be a small builder building a few homes a year, and what we want to do is help get alongside you to build 25, 30 homes a year and build a really sustainable business. So one, you can drive obviously more profits for you and your family, but secondly, you can build an asset to sell. And that's a big thing about being able to be part of a franchise network, is that you can build into the equity of that business to be able to on-sell, because most builders have a great reputation, but they're nothing to sell when they retire. And it's a massive thing for them to be able to have, if you don't have someone else to hand the business onto, to be able to then have a saleable asset to be able to sell on to the next generation coming through. So one of the reasons that the wattle tree became an Australian emblem was because it's actually one of the only plants that's in every state and territory in Australia. It grows in the harshest environments, it grows in the coastal areas, it grows in the alpine areas, it grows on the beaches. And so every state and territory has the wattle tree in it. And so it's just that real symbolism of the Australian culture in the fact that it's everywhere. It's also a real symbol of resilience, because it's actually one of the first things that actually blooms after a bushfire. And so that golden wattle coming back to life is a symbol of new beginnings as well, which is one of the things I loved in starting this new brand. The foundation franchisees that we started with, one of the things I love is they're the exact sort of people that I want to deal with day to day. So when you join a franchise group, or when we choose a franchisee, there's got to be a really strong connection between each other, because if that doesn't work, it means that the success of the business is definitely going to be limited. So we want to partner with people who obviously have belief in us, and we want to partner with franchisees that we have real belief in as well. So as people, one of the things I can say about them first and foremost is that they just are very giving people. They're very generous people in the way that they live their lives. They're involved with multiple charities, that they're very strong in their family values is a big part of it, and they're there for each other. One of the core values that we have as a business is unity. And I can say that these guys really value each other, and they will literally step out of their own businesses if there was someone in need to help out someone else. And we found that even with our first franchises that we've launched since then as well, is that they've been really engaged in helping out those franchises. So it's not just about us as a franchisor and our team here that help build those franchises, it's about the broader network as well. So that's one of the things I love, is when I'm talking with a potential franchisee, I'll give a list of everyone that's involved in my business, every single franchise, and say, please give them a call. Talk to anyone in the business that you want, because I know how they speak about our business. And I don't have to be selective about who I choose for you to talk to. You can talk to anyone, because I know how they'll speak about this business and being part of it.